Hey, here we are with Jake Lee, stud high school baseball player. We're going to go through a little bit of an assessment. He's been working with us a lot. We've spent some time actually working on functional mobility, flexibility of the hips, as well as a lot of strength building exercises. Jake has seen some big gains in strength, but one of the things we're still noticing here with him is actually his toe touch. So let's go down, feet all the way together, heels, toes together. Let's go down and touch the toes. And if you want to hop around here, check this out. What we see is that he doesn't get too far down, but also look at how vertical he is with his lower extremity. And so he's stopping here, and when we test him on the table, we think he has a little bit more flexibility than what he's demonstrating. Also, we've noticed some, abnormalities in position here. We may have to do some more assessment on what he's got going on with leg length, with this little bit of a hump here. Does he have actual functional scoliosis, structural? But go ahead and on your back for me one time, Jake. Lay right here on your back. And let's look at what his hamstring flexibility looks like passively. And what you see is he gets here, and that's without any contribution of the lumbar spine. So yes, do we want this to be better? Absolutely. What I like to see is leg here before I hit tissue resistance, and I can get him a little further. But I certainly would like more hamstring length. But what we'll see here is that we can improve his toe touch by getting his center of balance more posterior and maybe mobilizing the nerve a little bit down its track, down the leg. So go ahead and stand up for me, Jake. We have a little exercise here. What we're going to do is use the FMS stand. This is a Gray Cook exercise, and we can use a big foam roll like this. We use whatever we have access to. What I'm actually going to use is an Air-X pad because guys seem to like that. I want everybody to take mental note of where he was on that initial toe touch and then what we're going to get here after. So I'm going to have him put his toes up, heels are on the ground. As Gray Cook would say, we want the feet all the way together and we want the butt to go back. We're going to have him breathe in the position one time and then come out. So this is going to go between your knees, pinch. So go feet on there. Between the knees, a little higher. Now bring your toes and heels together. So we got a little bit of varus of the leg that you can see if you come here to the front, Austin. We got Austin, one of our performance trainers, behind the camera today. But we can see there's a little bit of a varus position here. We've also elongated the sciatic nerve. Now I'm going to have him go down and touch. Keep your heels on the floor. Go down, one breath, and then come back up. He's going to do 5 of these. So go ahead and give us 5, Jake. And I'm going to talk while we do it. So some of the problem is with guys, they don't get down because they can't get their center of balance posterior. They don't move their butt backwards. They keep their butt forward, and then there's a balance problem. My hamstrings stop me here. If my butt goes posterior, my hips go posterior, all of a sudden I can get much further down. Same way what we notice here with Jake. So we can bias him into a slight bit of knee flexion and put him varused with this pad, which is going to make his center of mass go posterior. Additionally, we're really kind of tensioning that sciatic nerve, so we're mobilizing that sciatic nerve down its pathway. You got 5 there, Jake? Okay, we're going to take this out. We're going to flip around. So now we're going to kind of do the opposite. And we're going to teach him to go through more hip flexion. So now you're going to go heels on, and you're going to go down. So now we slackened the sciatic nerve, and we're allowing him to go down. We're teaching him a better pathway here to move through. So now I want you to go as far as you can, one breath, and then come out of it. Okay, I want you to do that 5 times. Yep. And what I like to do is just one more rep the other direction and then go retest it. So we have a motor pattern that we're trying to train. We have an actual decrease in flexibility that we're going to work on with him. But then we additionally have some sciatic nerve mobilization, some tibial nerve mobilization. So one more rep. I want you to go down here. I want you to hold it for a second or two. Go down, That looks better than before. We're teaching him to hip hinge. Now come off of it, back up. Austin, you want to get over here and we'll reassess. So once again, feet together. Let's see you go down. So already much better. What you look here is at this angle, you see that he's already shifting his butt more posterior, and we don't see so much rounding or kyphosis through that thoracolumbar region. Now, if we want him to come a little more posterior, we give him some tactile cueing, see if we can get 1 more inch. Good. And we're already starting to close that gap, whereas he was here, simple exercise down to here, and you could say, well, he's getting more warmed up, he's doing this a bunch of times. Well, if you'd have seen what we did prior to the video, where we actually had him using one of our chaos instability trainers, and he's in a hamstring elongated position, he's plenty warmed up through the hamstring. So that's good, Jake. So 3-4 inch improvement, and if you're somebody who's kind of here, hanging out in this range, and when you look passively at your passive flexibility in supine, and you see, hey, I can get almost to 80 degrees in supine, but I can't even come close to my toes in standing, maybe I need to work on getting my center of mass more posterior, lengthening that sciatic nerve, and just teaching myself to hip hinge a little bit better. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next one.